should a Christian get married or stay single? The answer is, if you are one of those who have that gift from God, that you can be single without any problems with passions and desires, you should stay single, because you have more time to work for the kingdom of God, and you will get more rewards in heaven when you die, because you work more for the kingdom of God. But if you are one of those, who most people are, that need someone to marry, because they can't handle the passions and desires, you should get married, because that's also a gift from God, to get married. But if you are strong enough to be single, I recommend you to be single. That's exactly what Paul in the New Testament recommends also. I will read the words from Paul in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 1 to 2. Now concerning the things which you wrote to me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. Nevertheless, because of sexual immorality, let each man have his own wife, and let each woman have her own husband. And I read 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 7 to 9. He says, "For I wish that all men were even as I myself." He was single. "But each one has his own gift from God, one in this manner and another in that." He had the gift from God that he could be single. If you are one of those, you should be like Paul, stay single. Or if you want to have that gift he had, ask Jesus to give you that gift. I continue to read. "But I say to the unmarried and to the widows, it is good for them if they remain even as I am. But if they cannot exercise self-control, let them marry. For it is better to marry than to burn with passion." And Jesus said, "For there are Enochs who were born thus from their mother's womb, and there are Enochs who were made Enochs by men, and there are Enochs who have made themselves Enochs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. He who is able to accept it, let him accept it." So some people choose to stay single. They don't want to get married because for heaven's sake. So that's extremely good if you can stay single, but like I said, it's nothing wrong to marry, and that's the best thing to do for some people, most people. When is it okay to divorce and remarry? Can a Christian remarry? The only reason when it's okay to remarry is if the person you are married to, if that person have been unfaithful to you, you have the right to divorce that person and remarry someone else. Or if you are married to someone that dies, then you have to remarry someone else, because that's the only reasons. Other reasons than that, it is adultery, and you have no right to do it. I will read what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 19 verse 9. "And I say to you, whoever divorces his wife except for sexual immorality and marries another commits adultery. And whoever marries her who is divorced commits adultery." And I read in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 39 what Paul says, "A wife is bound by law as long as her husband lives, but if her husband dies, she is at liberty to be married to whom she wishes, only in the Lord." So that's how it is, my friends. Jesus bless you.